Live by the cancel culture, die by the cancel culture. Famous video game streamer and now turned political commentator Asmondgold is unapologetically getting leftists who celebrate what happened to Charlie Kirk fired from their jobs. How do you feel about this? Ladies and gents, welcome back. My name is Clyde. Welcome to the show. You can hit the subscribe button just down there if you're new to the channel. Let's get right into this before we get into this story. Donald Trump made an announcement this morning saying that it appears they have Charlie Kirk's killer in custody now.
I think with a high degree of certainty, we have him in custody. Right? In custody. Everyone did a great job. We worked with the local police, the governor. Everybody did a great job. You know, getting somebody that you start off with absolutely nothing. And we started off with a clip that made him look like an ant that was almost useless. We just saw there was somebody up there. And so much work has been done over the last 2.5 days. You know, it's amazing, actually, when you start off with that and then all of a sudden you get lucky or talent or whatever it is. But, yeah, I think we're in great shape.
Mr. President.
And he's in custody.
He's in custody, as we're being told this morning. So we'll be finding out more about that. I'll be reporting on that as the news comes in. Now, what's happening right now in the cultural part of all of this is there's been a lot of people celebrating this as a victory. And while a lot of others showcasing this behavior, because I think it should be well known. A YouTuber that I follow myself goes by the name of Conservative Vibes, normally posts funny videos, of, you know, if you laugh, you're conservative. If you don't laugh, you're a liberal kind of thing. And it's a funny channel. Go check him out. I'll leave a comment in the description down below, you know, with a clip or a link to his channel. But he put out a video yesterday showcasing a lot of these people that are just absolutely evil people.
You know, there's a special place in hell for these people. Real special.
I would say pour one out for Kirky boy, but I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
I haven't posted on TikTok in a long time, but I'm gonna now because rest in peace, bozo.
Okay, so I'm not going to showcase much more of this. You can go online and find this for yourself. But what's been happening is, well, there's been some people taking some serious action on this, and including the Secretary of State. That's right. Breaking, Marco Rubio's State Department will ban any foreigner from entering the country who celebrated the assassination of Charlie Kirk online. Deputy Secretary of the State, Chris Lando, confirms, that's right. He put a post out on Twitter saying, in light of yesterday's horrific assassination of leading political figure, I want to underscore that foreigners who glorify violence and hatred are not welcome visitors to our country. I have been disgusted to see some on social media praising, rationalizing, or making light of the event, and I have directed our consular officials to undertake appropriate action. Please feel free to bring such comments by foreigners to my attention so that the State Department can protect the American people. That's right. If you did this, you're being put on a list. You're being put on a list, so you will not be able to enter the country of the United States. I even added to this. I said, actions absolutely have consequences. It should go further and block all goods from companies owned by or that employs people like this from entering the United States. This is actions deserve consequences, absolutely. And people have been compiling lists. This is a website that's come up. It's called Charlie's Murderers. Yes, this is a compilation of all of the people, and it's growing, that have celebrated this kind of action. Look at that. Rachel Gilmore, journalist from Canada, at the very top of the list, and many names, information about them, where they're employed, this kind of thing. Now, this is the reality of the situation. I mean, I was looking at these videos and I watched it through a spiritual filter. And let's just see, can you see the demon in the image? Yes, I absolutely can. Another person who's been taking this one to task is Asmondgold, with the idea of live by the cancel culture. Well, die by the cancel culture. This is what a lot of them are saying. Live by the sword, die by the sword, as if, I don't know, saying words should get you killed. People should be able to bring violence to you, while Asmondgold has been unapologetically taking these leftists and who have been celebrating this and finding out where they work in the entertainment industry, in the video game industry, and letting their employers know who they are and what they've been doing and how this might affect the sales of the products that they bring to market. Here's Asmondgold actually saying unapologetically, if this looks a lot like cancel culture, well, it is. That's exactly what this is.
I know that some people would maybe consider and say, well, this is something that could be a little bit like cancel culture. And I want to say that it absolutely is. 100% is. The fact is that these are the same types of people who would lie about you and make up things about you and try to destroy your career and destroy your reputation for disagreeing with them on something political. But now whenever it's happening to them, they're the victims. Well, if you want to be the victim, it's time to earn it. I think
it's time to earn it. If you want to be the victim, let's actually make these people victims of their own circumstances, victims of what they've actually done, and showcase this. If you're celebrating political violence, well, let's just say there's consequences to that.
Also, here's another thing, is that if you work at one of these companies and you have one of these individuals that works at your company, you do have a recourse to this, and that's calling and talking to HR. Because the fact is that HR does not operate in your best interest, and it doesn't operate in their best interest either. It operates in the best interest of the company. And when you have people that are making public statements and calls to violence and celebrating violence like that, they're creating a hostile and an unsafe work environment. And anybody who works in HR or anybody who works inside of any sort of corporate environment will tell you that that's something that just can't exist in a corporate environment. There's a reason why we have levels of decorum, and there are some levels of HR that make sense. And so if you work at one of these companies and you have a person like this doing it, make sure to talk to HR and let them know how uncomfortable you feel that there's a person who's working at your company who might want to advocate to have you killed because you disagree with them. Tell them that.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. We're talking about people that would be happy to have you killed because you disagree politically. Now, Charlie Kirk, this is what he did for a living. This is what he did in his pastime. He would go and he would discuss things with people because that's the end of the line. It's really the end of the line. When discussion breaks down, then all civility is lost. That's when the violence happens. And he points this out.
I go around universities and have challenging conversations, and because that's what is so important to our country, is to find our disagreements respectfully, because when people stop talking, that's when violence happens.
I've never seen someone do this.
That's exactly right. When people stop talking, that's when violence happens, and that's what has been brought on. And we need to point this out, and we need to point the people out that have brought this on. So Asmondgold has taken it upon himself to create an entire community where you can do just that.
Or anything like that, I would recommend anybody to go on over to Roach Ranch. This is a comment right here. Sorry, not comment, community right here that I made on Twitter. I do not really moderate this at all. And if you guys want to post the different public comments that are being made by these different developers or these different people that are working in media celebrating this, and collectively we can contact their employers, contact the people that are around them, and have them get fired from their job. And do not, for even a second, think that this is not fair. It is absolutely fair. These people have been doing it to people like me for the better part of 5 years, and it's time the shoe goes on the other foot. They're disgusting, they're celebrating violence, and there shouldn't be any space for this in any sort of a polite society. But yeah, anyway, crazy thing.
Anyway, go check that out. I'll leave a link in the description for all of this stuff. Let me know in the comments, though. I would love to hear what you have to say. This idea of cancel culture, is this a just way of doing it at this point when people have gone beyond what it is? I mean, what is the recourse when people bring violence to a conversation? Is this a good way of combating this? Is this a good way of doing this? Obviously, people don't want to bring violence back to them, because then we end up in an even worse situation. So is this the idea that Asmondgold has been bringing up, as others have been doing with websites, Marco Rubio and his State Department banning people from entering the United States, officially a ban from the United States, if this is something that you have done? Let me know in the comments down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.